Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a bunch of makeup products that I do like, but for some reason I never want to use them. The majority of these products I did review here on this channel in 2024, so I just want to give them another whirl and see exactly what on earth my problem is. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. So I do think it's really important to revisit makeup that I have reviewed during the year. So although this is an update video, this is not a video telling you that these products are terrible. I don't think I'm ever going to be that kind of person on this platform who is going to produce a worst makeup of 2024 or 2025 video, because makeup is very, very subjective. It's very, very personal, and what works for you won't necessarily work for me, and vice versa. I think it's really important to share this information with you because I have recommended these products in the past. So the only product that I haven't tried in 2024 is the eyeshadow palette. This is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. Here she is, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with this palette. It is absolutely stunning. Pat McGrath produce the best eyeshadows ever. In my opinion, I don't think you can dupe them. I don't think you can replicate them. There's no eyeshadow that I have used that has ever come close to Pat McGrath. So what is my problem with this palette, and why don't I want to pick it up? This was my first ever Mothership. I have a few Motherships, and I picked it because I thought it would be my most favorite because of the color story. I did think that it would be very wearable, but I think on a personal level, I just don't reach for eyeshadow palettes that much. On a daily basis, I'm not picking up eyeshadow palettes. So today we're going to have a little play with it just to see if I can change my mind and try and start picking it up a little bit more. So we're going to go in with this dark brown shade here. What I like about Pat McGrath palettes is even though they look really dark in the pan, they're usually not as scary as what you think they're going to be. Today, I just want to go into it and see if I can just create something that I will find very, very wearable. And when I first got it, whenever that was, a few years ago, I would wear it when I would go out on an evening and I wouldn't have no issue in picking it up, but I've never reached for it in the daytime. If you're someone who wears full glam on a daily basis, you'll really like a palette like this. Okay, going in with this lighter shade, just on the first third of my eye. And then I'm going to go in with this shade here. It is very duochrome, so it shifts between pink and gold. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to take a little brush, the A502 BK Beauty, and I'm just going to dip into this colour, and I'm just going to blend between kind of the gold and the brown, just to blend them together. So a fairly wearable eyeshadow look. For me, who just likes easy on an everyday basis and who doesn't go out that much, it's just not a palette that I reach for a lot, and it's a real shame because the formulas are the best that you can get. We're moving on to a mascara now that I reviewed quite recently, and it's a mascara that I really, really do like, and I think it's one of the best from the brand. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger-eyes mascara. All right, so I don't know why I don't want to use this. I think there's a number of reasons. And I think one of the main reasons is honestly the packaging and how weighty it is. And I know some people live for that. Big, heavy packaging, lovely glass bottle, great. Not for me, that just puts me off. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just basic. But I just find it to be a really, really wet formula. And I did mention this in my review. You have to be careful because it can get clumpy. So you have to be really careful, and on a daily basis, there's a theme here, on a daily basis I need something that is quick and easy, that I don't have to faff around with, and I find that I have to faff with this. So first of all, you know, cleaning all the product off the brush and just being really, really careful not to clump my lashes together. Apart from that, it's a really good mascara, but I just don't find myself reaching for it. Right, let's pop it on. It gives you length, it gives you volume, but I find that there's a very fine line between volume and getting clumpy, and I think this teeters on the edge of it. I've got loads of other mascaras that I prefer to use over this one, unfortunately. I've got an interesting one now, which is concealer, and this is the Fenty Beauty Wear Even Hydrating Concealer, and this is a product that I do really like. So you're probably wondering why it's in this video and why I don't reach for it. So I originally picked this up in the shade 225N, so medium neutral shade. Although I liked the performance of this concealer, I think it's a really good concealer. Not full coverage, I would say medium buildable. The shade was just completely off for me. It was just too light. So I went and I bought another shade, which is 240N. So I was a bit annoyed that I had to go and buy another shade because I don't feel like the shade descriptions are accurate on the website and the pictures don't seem to match for me. So that's 240N and that's 225N. So, oh look, I've got Charlotte Tilbury mascara all over my fingers. So this is much better, but I still feel like it could be deeper. And when something isn't the right shade, which I know you'll be able to relate to, when something is too light or it's too dark, you just don't want to reach for it. It just makes everything look a bit off. I can use this shade. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I did just think it would be slightly deeper than what it is. Just going in with my BK Beauty A506 to blend it out. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with the concealer. I wanted it to be darker, and I just feel like I've had to buy 2 concealers, which I think has annoyed me, and I'm definitely not buying another one. And I think what's happened is, at the same time, I think within about a week of one another, I reviewed a different concealer, which was the Laura Mercier, and that is a beautiful concealer. The only problem with that is you don't get a lot of coverage, but it's probably one of my favourite concealers of all time. So I was reaching for that a lot more rather than this. So this has kind of just been put into a drawer. I think I will start picking that up a little bit more again, but that's kind of my rationale behind why I've not really been using it that much. I don't think I've said this already, but can I just say, if there's something that I'm talking about in this video that I don't really like, but you absolutely love, it's a holy grail for you, I'm so pleased. Please don't take offense. Remember, makeup, personal, subjective. What works for one won't necessarily work for another, so please don't get offended. So this next product definitely caused a little bit of controversy, I would say, and it's this. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick. It's not a foundation stick, okay? I think we established that. So I have this in the shade 5. When I reviewed this, and I'm just popping it on with my BK Beauty 101, when I reverse reviewed this, I reviewed it on holiday and it was perfect for my vacation. So I was in Spain, it was very hot. Wearing something like this was perfect for being abroad because I don't wear full, even medium coverage foundations when I'm away on holiday. I like to wear tints or something really lightweight, so this was perfect. This is a very glowy base product. I don't know why it has been called a foundation because there's nothing foundation-like about it. It can give you, I wouldn't even say a light coverage. It doesn't give you even as much coverage as what a tint would do. This is not going to be for everybody. So that's what confuses me about why they've called it a foundation. I love a glowy base. The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter is one of my absolute holy grail products. I love it. Like I did in my initial review, I need to add coverage with concealer. And that's what I did in the review. And I did say in the review that you should not have to do that. All right, if something's a foundation, it should give you some sort of coverage. Even if it's the lightest coverage possible, it needs to give you that. This gives you barely anything. Here's the thing. If I lived in a hot climate, if I spent a lot of time in a hot climate, I would wear this. I would wear this regularly because I really do enjoy it. And when I had a tan, it looked lovely. All right, my skin looked lovely. I looked glowing. It's such a perfect product for that kind of climate or for when you're away on vacation. It's perfect. When I'm in Ireland going on the school run, this is not the one for me. It's just not. If I want light coverage on a school run day, I'm going to reach for my L'Oreal skin tint or my Maybelline skin tint. I still need a little bit of coverage. There are a lot of people that do enjoy this product, and those people probably enjoy a lighter coverage. It really is down to personal preference. I just think that the name foundation, in my opinion, is a little bit of a stretch. So yeah, I'll see you in 2025. I'm picking up a bronzer now, and this bronzer I truly do like. It's the Glossier Cloud Paint bronzers. These were released this year. I just rarely pick these up. And I don't know why. Well, I think I do know why. Let's have a look at the shades that I have. So I have Dune here, and this is Coast. You know what? They're both really, really nice bronzers. I think I might mix the two of them today. Why not? Why not? And I'm going to put these on with my BK Beauty A506. The one thing that I'll say about these is they're just very, 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 very sheer. You barely have to do anything to blend it out. Like, it literally just blends. But it blends into kind of nothing. So these are great for those no makeup days and summer days, but they're just very, very sheer. They feel really cold as well when you apply them. They're just never going to be for everybody, these bronzers. So it's nice for people who do like the no makeup look, who just like to look a little bit sun-kissed. It's not got any coverage, but I know what I'm getting with Glossier. I think Glossier do aim their products at a certain kind of person, you know, somebody who wears minimal makeup, who likes that toned down makeup look and just wants their makeup to look like skin. And it does look like skin, and it does feel hydrating, and it feels really nice. It feels barely there. But on a daily basis, I don't want to be picking up a tube, squeezing it out and building up the coverage. I just want something really easy, and I think that's why I don't pick it up. Faffy packaging, I don't like it. If it had been different packaging, I think it might have been a different story and these wouldn't be in this video, but I will try and change that and try and pick them up a little bit more. I'm just going to finish off my under eyes and I'll be back in a mo. So I've got a blush now that I just don't reach for anymore, and I reviewed this year and I really liked it when I reviewed it. It's the Rare Beauty. This is the powder blush. So this is Hope and this is Happy, and they are beautiful. I would say that these are blush duo highlighters. Okay, these are not the kind of blush that I put on for the school run. These are the kind of blush that I wear when I'm going on an evening out, because they are very, very glowy. They are very highlighter-esque. So I might go in with the two of them today. Why not? I'm using my Zoeva cheek brush, and we'll just do a dip into both, shall we? This isn't about me not liking the product. I do like it. I think it's a really nice product. You have to be into glowy, and I don't reach for many powder blushes anyway, but I just don't reach for highlighter. And I mentioned this, I think it was in my last video, that I just don't reach for highlighter anymore, and these are, I would say, a blush highlighter. So not a bad product at all, just at the moment not the kind of vibe I'm going for. The last item that I have is a lip product, and this is from Huda Beauty. These are the Faux Filler lip glosses. I have the shade Sugar Baby, and I also have the shade Bombshell. I don't like the shade Sugar Baby at all. It did not suit me. But this shade, Bombshell, is a beautiful shade. So you're probably wondering, why don't you use it then? Let me pop it on and then I'll explain to you why I don't pick this up. This lip gloss looks absolutely beautiful. It's probably the nicest looking lip gloss I have got. The problem lies in the formula, in my opinion and in my experience. And if you go back and watch my review on this, I started off by being blown away by how my lips look. So like now, my lips look really smooth, there's no lip lines, and I was blown away by that. But as I was talking through the video, it started to gather in the corners of my mouth. I think that a few people have had this problem. I think because Huda did come out and she did advise a certain way to apply this lip gloss, which I think was applied to the middle of the lips and then kind of blend backwards, which is fine. Like, that's absolutely fine to have a specific way to apply something. That's the case with a lot of makeup products. However, I don't want to be very careful when I'm applying a lip product, especially when I'm out and about. I want to be able to apply it how I want to without looking. And I did wear this for a good few occasions after I got it, and I just had the same problem, and I became really paranoid that I had these gloopy bits in the corners of my mouth. That's just my personal experience. Maybe I do apply too much, and maybe you've got to be a little bit more lightly handed with it. For me, I'm just a bit too scared to use them because I just don't want to look like I've got gloopy lips. So there we go, that's the finished look with a real mixed bag of products. Just wanted to do this video because I did want to update you on products that I really did like on this channel and in my review, but you've probably not seen me using much of. I think it's really important for you to see my update and hear about my experience with these products. I just wanted you to see my personal progress with these products, because I think sometimes you can see a content creator use a product and then you never hear them talk about it again. So I will make a real effort to do more update videos so that you can see where I'm at and whether I would still recommend the products or not. So do let me know down in the comments, are there products that you have tried, you really liked, but then you found that you just don't want to pick them up? There's just something preventing you from using them? Let me know everything down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, take care and bye for now.